As a direct consequence of some anthropogenic activities, natural radioactivity and radioactivity from other sources could become a hazard for human health and the environment. Anne lives near a nuclear power plant that uses fuel containing uranium to produce electricity and generates highly radioactive waste. It is important to evaluate the impact of such activity on the environment and the public. To assure that Anne and the other people nearby can live safely, soil, water, air and food are constantly monitored in a fixed area around the power plant. This is in order to check the release of artificial radionuclides. Taking the case of the milk, if the radioactive contamination reaches soil, water and dust grass, it could enter the food chain of cows and leads to the production of contaminated milk. Therefore, milk samples from the farm located near the plant are analyzed. Similarly, leakage of contaminated effluents from the plant could reach underground water or rivers. For this reason, the monitoring of water is fundamental. When Anne drinks some water at the fountain during her walk, she is sure that she is not running the risk of drinking contaminated water. Additionally, other human activities that are not apparently related to radioactivity could introduce radiological risk to our health. Trees filter and store some airborne pollutants, even for example cesium-137 from nuclear fallout. If such wood is burned, cesium highly concentrates in the ashes and they could be potentially a health hazard, for example for Anne while cleaning the stove. The phosphate fertilizers that Anne uses in her garden contains NORM, that means naturally occurring radioactive materials. Uranium is present as NORM inside the phosphate ores. Before phosphate ore is turned into fertilizer, it is transformed into either phosphoric acid through a wet process or elemental phosphorus through a thermal process. This processing concentrates NORM in the waste products, leading to the so-called TENORM. TENORM stands for Technologically Enhanced Naturally Occurring Radioactive Material. One of the main components of this kind of fertilizers is potassium. Thus, its use in high amount and for a long period could increase the concentration of radioactive potassium in soil.